Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/entitledpeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. Entitled neighbor thinks that my wife shouldn't be allowed out of the house. This story is a bit old, so some of the details are not exact, but the overall story is accurate. I live in a very friendly community in Sydney, Australia. Almost everyone knows everyone else and gets along really well. We've been here for over 20 years now, and I wouldn't live anywhere else. Firstly, my wife is blind. She's a bit famous, both for being a successful medical practitioner in the area, and because she's done a lot of public speaking on blindness, and has been featured in a few ads with her guide dog. Around 10 years ago, a new family moves in about 10 houses down from us. It comprises of the entitled neighbor, her entitled kids, and her husband. They obviously owned the new franchise of a fairly well-known Australian dessert chain, as the company van would be in their driveway whenever the hardworking husband happened to be home. Judging by how not often the van was there, I'm guessing he worked 13 to 15-hour days, 6 to 7 days a week. Poor guy. My wife likes to go for walks around the area with her guide dog. It's her main form of exercise and a way for her to bump into and chat with people. At the time, our daughter was still a baby and in a pram, so my wife towed the pram behind her when she walked. As she walks past the entitled neighbor's house, their dog runs out and attacks my wife's guide dog. My wife was horrified because she was on her own with our baby, but fortunately, another neighbor saw the incident and pulled the dog away. She tells me about what happened when she gets home, but we give them the benefit of the doubt and think, well, they are new here, and maybe one of the kids let the dog out. By the way, it's illegal to have a dog off leash anywhere in public in Sydney, other than certain designated parks and beaches. A couple of days later, the same thing happens again, except this time, the dog ran all the way to our house from theirs, came onto our property, and attacked our dog. Thankfully, I heard my wife scream, so I came out and dragged the dog off of her. I went over to the entitled neighbor's house to complain about the dog. Hi there. I live up the road, and your dog keeps attacking my wife's guide dog. Why is this my problem? You realize that it's illegal for your dog to be outside your yard and off lead, don't you? My kids like playing out front with the dog. Well then, can you please get a gate? Your dog shouldn't be out running loose on the road, especially if it's attacking people. My dog is fine. I think your blind wife is the one that shouldn't be out running loose on the road. At this point, I realized that this was a waste of time and I was dealing with an ignorant idiot. So I returned home and we called the police. The police come over and we tell them the story. They take notes and say that her actions constitute assault on my wife and asked if we would like to press charges. We say no and that we just want them to go talk to her about not letting the dog out loose. The police agree and say that they'll further warn her that if they get another complaint of this, the dog will be seized and euthanized. We also have strict laws regarding vicious animals that attack people. A few days later, my wife wants to go for another walk, but she's still a bit shaken by the two attacks, so she asks me to come with her. As we walk past entitled neighbor's house, her kids are in the front yard. When they see us, they immediately lie on the ground and play dead. I saw Ian and ask what's going on. She says, well, if you're going to get our dog killed, you might as well get our kids killed as well. I ignore this remark as not to cause drama, and my family and I keep walking. A few days later, our doorbell rings. I answer, and the man introduces himself as Ian's husband. He says that one of the direct neighbors saw what was going on with his family and their dog and told him about it. He apologized profusely for what his wife and children had been doing and says it will never happen again. He seemed like a very nice, if exhausted, genuine guy. I said that we really didn't want to cause any hostility, and that this is just a close, tight-knit community where everyone likes to get along and look out for each other. He replied that he could see that and apologized again. Fast forward to maybe 2 months later, and we notice that their house is up for sale, and we never see the company van in the driveway anymore. It turns out that they were going through a divorce and had to sell the house after being there for less than a year, as well as the business, to split things up. I'm not saying the incident with my wife caused the divorce, but I'm sure it contributed to it. Perhaps the final straw for the guy. It's unfortunate that him working so hard all the time and never being home, which I don't blame the guy for not wanting to be home, let his entitled wife bring up 3 entitled kids. But I'm glad he was able to get away from her. Ugh, what an awful woman. Basically insinuating that the blind wife should be tied up as opposed to her vicious dog. It's not the dog's fault though. It's the owner's. The dog was not properly trained and now has to face the repercussions of possibly being euthanized in the future because of that. It's so sad when animals get killed because of ignorant owners. However, it doesn't seem like she trained the kids well either. Lord help us all. To lighten the mood though, and forget about that infuriating story, OP posted a picture of their adorable guide dog in the comments, and here she is. I love labs so much. They are so precious. We do not deserve them. But anyways, that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed that entitled people story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!